All right, John Glasgow, thanks for that report.
All right, joining us now for discussion is human rights attorney and founder of the End Jew Hatred movement, one of the groups behind last night's protest, Brooke Goldstein, as well as singer, actor, and entrepreneur James Maslow, who's been outspoken and advocate for the Jewish community, who was also in attendance of last night's protest. Pleasure to have you both on. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
So, Brooke, you helped to organize this. Why'd you go up there, talk about it, and what you want to see Mayor Mamdani do or don't do?
Well, we want Governor Hochul to remove Mayor Mamdani because he has been absolutely negligent in the equal application of the law in the city. And, you know, he has gone on record. He supports the globalization of the Intifada. He took away the definition of anti-Semitism his first day in office. He has blamed Jews when mobs have shown up outside synagogues illegally, attempting to prevent people from entering synagogues. Blamed the Jews for that. He is throwing gas on the fire, and he needs to be removed by Governor Hochul.
You know, James, it's interesting to me because none of these, I will say, qualities, so to speak, to be nice here, of Mamdani are brand new. I mean, people knew a lot about his views towards Jews, about anti-Semitism before he was even elected. And of course, there's such a large Jewish population here in New York City. I think a lot of people were maybe surprised that a lot of that Jewish population did vote for him. So why did they vote for him knowing all of this already? Didn't they assume that he would be doing exactly what he's doing now, which is nothing or worse?
Well, to be clear, the majority of Jews in the city did not vote for him, right? At least 2/3 of the Jews in the city did not vote for him, and the third or so that did, I think they were hopeful for something different. I think when it comes to elections these days, whether it be citywide or in the country, oftentimes people look at, well, these are our options. This hasn't worked before, so let me try something different. He, for better or worse, and in this case, and unfortunately a lot of cases worse, is very different. And maybe they didn't realize to what extreme. Maybe they didn't realize, none of us thought that day one in office, he would be ripping up the extended definition of anti-Semitism. So the extremes of which he has gone and continues to go to actually empower people to be more anti-Semitic, to allow people to march through the streets and intimidate Jewish girls' schools and Jews amongst, I don't know if they could have possibly fathomed that. And I hope that they're seeing that now and regretting voting for it.
I'll say that at the rally yesterday, there were people who voted for Mamdani who went on record and say that we are, you know, embarrassed of our vote and we regret it. He is so extreme. I don't think anyone could have really predicted how he could. Well, I guess they could. You're right. But people are regretting their vote.
Side with Katrina on this. I think there were a lot of people that knew and thought that this was what he's going to do, and he's doing it. And I think you all should be very concerned about that New Yorkers put him, knowing what he was, into office. You can look at his past tweets. Look at what he said about the NYPD and the IDF comments with that. I mean, people were aware.
Yeah, but this is the problem of radicalization. That's exactly what the protest was about. And I want to emphasize, this is not just a Jewish issue. When you have Islamist mobs waving Hezbollah flags, chanting death to America, you know, running rampant on our streets. This is a problem of national security importance. This is a problem for all Americans.
Furthermore, I'd say anti-Semitism in general should be a human issue. This should be an issue that everybody, regardless of faith, should be standing up and fighting against.
Absolutely, yeah. And just before we wrap, also to your point there, Brooke, I even think about the September 11th memorial coming up, and I think that's going to be very difficult here in New York City on September 11th with Mayor Zohran Mamdani, and obviously his hatred for American, again, allegedly by a lot of the people he associates with. All right, so we'll be watching, you said, a much bigger issue. All right, Brooke, James, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.